Hello and welcome. Today's series is called Back Chain Block. So it is a Pilates class using a block that will focus on the muscles of the back chain. So things like your hamstrings, glutes, back extensor muscles, all those muscles at the back of your body that you can't necessarily see, but that are super important to work. So have your block nearby. You could also use a book or a thick magazine, anything that's going to kind of give you a little bit of a height. Once you have it, bring yourself down to lie onto your back. Once you are there, find yourself settling in on the mat and turning your attention to your breath. So I want you to feel here that you inhale and exhale completely. Breathing in, expanding your ribcage all the way around, and then breathing out, bringing it all the way back to where you started from. And each breath, you're looking for that expansion of your ribcage to be a little bit more complete, your breath to be a little bit more intentional, and your attention to be a little bit more focused inwardly on your body, not distracted and pulled away by anything that is on the outside or that is happening later in your day or your life. With that in mind now, I want you to find that on the exhale, you can engage your core. So you inhale, ribs expand. Exhale, draw your ribs together by drawing your belly in, pelvic floor lifts, wrapping yourself up. And then inhale, expand. Exhale, breathe out and engage. This intentional work all the way around your body from the inside. After you've done that a few times and you're feeling like you are present in your body and on the mat, I want you to pick up your block. And we're going to take an extension of what we just did, or further it a little bit. I want you to hold your block in between your hands, send it up overhead, and imagine you're pushing it against something. So you're pushing into it together, but also pushing upwards, and then on your exhale, draw your belly in. Inhale, let your arms or your elbows soften. Exhale, push it away, draw your ribs together, belly in. Inhale, it releases. Exhale, engage. And this subtle connection of your pushing away with the block helps start to get the back chain working in terms of your shoulder blades. So as you exhale, think about them really coming towards the midline like your ribs are doing. And then inhale, they soften. Do that 2 more times. Exhale, press away, belly in, ribs together. Inhale, release. Exhale, pushing away. Inhale, release. Good. Keep holding onto your block, send it up to the ceiling. On your exhale now, you're going to protract. Pull your shoulder blades off the mat. Retract, squeeze them together. Continue on like that. Keep your attention along the back of your body, back side. You can't see it, but can you feel it? Can you feel like your shoulder blades peel out and around and wrap, and then they come back together underneath? Now, as you're doing this the whole time, still returning that attention to your core and that centering on each exhale. One of those main principles of Pilates. Last one here. Very good. Then take your block and you're going to place it underneath your sacrum. So now your pelvis is just going to be softly elevated up. We're going to play around a little bit here with your pelvis to get some awareness of how it feels underneath of you on that back chain. So on your exhale, you're going to posterior tilt. Pubic bone will come towards the ceiling. Inhale, anterior tilt. Now in this position, you're going to feel like you're really pushing your pelvis into the block. That's good. And then as you exhale, it's like you're about to sweep the block out from underneath of you. Inhale, anterior tilt. Nice bit of extension. Gives us more from the extension because of the block. Exhale, posterior tilt. Draw your belly in, ribs together. Inhale, anterior, really opening up. Exhale, posterior. Good. Do one more. Breathing. Then you can choose one leg to start on. Doesn't matter which one. Lengthen it out along your mat. Now, as you inhale an anterior tilt, I want you to see if you can really open up that hip a little bit more. And then exhale, posterior tilt. Still try to keep pushing that straight leg away from you. Inhale, stretch, open up your hips, open up your ribs. Exhale, tuck under. Very good. Switch your legs over. Inhale, extend. Start to see if you can work your way all the way into your thoracic, all the way through your lumbar. Exhale, Peill, posterior tilt. Just back and forth here. So I'm still just moving my pelvis, but with your leg, your hip rather, not flexed, gives a little bit more space there. Good. Straighten both of your legs out. Leave them there. Reach overhead. Keep reaching with your legs, reaching with your arms. Very good. Release from there. You can bend your knees. And you're going to slide the block out. So it's going to come down by where your feet are. And I want you to put it underneath one foot. So I'm starting with it underneath my right foot. Now it's important that you have your heel on the block. If your toes hang over the edge, that's fine. Before you go anywhere, check that your pelvis is level. So no more posterior or anterior tilts. Then on your exhale, leave both feet down and push up. Inhale, lower. So even though you can't see it, my left foot is still on the mat and my right foot is pushing into the block coming as I come up. You'll get lots of work here on the back chain, in particular of the side of your block. So hamstring, glute, working up into there. And I want you to really practice or check in that you can level out your pelvis. And you notice the distance here between your ribs and your pelvis is staying about the same as you come up and down, not shortening or lengthening. Exhale, ribs together, pelvic floor lifts. Inhale, lower. 3 more here. 2. Hold up on your last one, lower halfway down. So again, here's all this work a little bit stronger on that hamstring and glute on the block side. You're doing a great job. That's 4, 3, 2, last one. Very good. Lower it down. Leave the foot on the block, but lift the other foot up so that now both your legs are level. Then resume with your bridges. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So you're trying to think about it as if both feet have a block underneath of them. And now it's really lots of work on the back chain of the block side. Takes extra work to level out your pelvis. I'm not doing a very good job of keeping that leg level. There it is. Good. 2 more. Now hold up on your last one. Straighten out your non-block leg. Lower it down. Then bring it in. Press it out. Lots of work with the block leg. Stay in it. Keep breathing. 3 more. 2. Last one. Excellent. Lower that foot down to the floor. And then lower yourself down. Yes. Very good. Okay, give yourself a little bit of a hug in here. You can have a little bit of a rock back and forth. And then as you're ready, you can bring your feet down and you're going to flip the block around. So now your heels are going to hang off the edge. Balls of your feet will be on. To start, you're going to keep everything grounded, but you're going to lift your heels up and then lower down. Now, it's not about the height up that you get, but I want you to start to feel your calves working here. So imagine you were standing on the floor and you were doing double leg calf raises or heel raises. So think about that same idea. Ball of foot presses into the block. Heels lift up. Feel those calves working. Then I want you to leave your heels down. Lift your bottom up. Lift your heels up. Lower your heels down. Lower your bottom down. So let your heels be really low to start. Then lift them. Then lower. Then return. So this is adding on. It's making it a little bit more work than usual for your calves in this bridge work. Typically, it's a very much just a glute and hamstring exercise. But because of the heels hanging off the block, now we get the calves involved as well. Remember your breathing, your core connection. 2 more here. Excellent work. I know this is a tricky one. Last one. Yes, very good. Again, hug them in. This time you can hold on to each knee with your hands and give them a little bit of a circling around. Both directions. Just getting a little bit of mobility there. Then when you put your feet back down, I want you to lengthen your legs out, and the block's going to go along with you. So now your heels, the backs of your heels are on the block. On your exhale, you're going to lift up just till you're level with the block, and then inhale, lower. So it's not a huge distance, really just a couple hand heights underneath of you. But check in, you're keeping your legs parallel, pelvis is level. And now you're looking for your whole legs all the way up from your heels where they're touching your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes where you're lifting. There's a bit of hip extension here. And hip extensors live at the back of your body. So feel everything starting to work. Hold up on your next one. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Find that control. 2 more either side. Then lowering yourself down, leave one foot on the block, hug the other one, your knee in towards your chest. Now I want you to keep pulling your knee in towards your chest as you reach away with the block leg. Breathe there. Then send it out, back to the block, switching over. Hug into your chest, reach with the block leg. Really nice big stretching out there. Then returning, pull your block back in, and you're going to flip it the other direction, and we're going to go do the work on the other side like we started with. So now your heel, remember, is on the block. So it's the same length, it's lengthened out the same as your foot. Check in, neutral pelvis, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. So as you can see, lots of variations today of this bridge work. It's a really great exercise to help target the back body. But we're doing so in different ways so that you can focus in on different areas and find that awareness in your body from different places. Always with your breath. Exhale, ribs collect, core engages. Hold up on your next one, and then you're going to lower halfway down and lift. Very good. Keep thinking about pushing into the block a little bit more than you are into the floor. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Excellent. Lower all the way down. Now we're going to transition. You're going to lift the foot up off the floor. Legs are level. Try to keep them level as well as your pelvis. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So in this one, it becomes much easier for the side that is not under the block to have a little bit of a dip down towards the floor. It's something I really have to concentrate on myself, that little bit of pelvic drop. So really take your time and focus in on it. Slow down the movement. Look for your core to help you out. 3 more like this, then we'll add on 2. Last one, leave yourself up there, lengthen your leg, lower it down, then bring it in, pressing it out. Keep pushing into the block. I know it's getting stronger, you're doing a really great job. All this good work for your back body. Last 3, 2, last one. Excellent. Bend your knee, lower it down, lower yourself down. Yes, excellent job. Okay, really good. Hug your knees in. Have a little bit of a movement back and forth. Then as you're ready, take your block, you're going to slide it up, and you're going to take it and put it underneath your shoulder girdle. And it's going to end up sitting pretty much right underneath your shoulder blades. And then you have your hands here behind your head to start. So what I want you to do on your inhale is allow yourself to just extend back. If your head touches the floor, great, but just leave it there, having your hands for your head behind your head for support. And then bring your head back up. We're going to do that 2 more times, just with ease. Inhaling, opening up, bit of extension. Exhale, return. Then we're going to turn this into a little bit of work. So what I'd like you to do before we go on any further, check in here that you're neutral. So you're hopefully not slouching down like this. You have that neutral spine, and there'll be lots of space underneath here for you. Then on your inhale, you're going to go back like we just did. On your exhale, you come up at an angle. So one shoulder blade will peel off the block, and then inhale, go back down. Exhale, other shoulder blade off the block. And your check-in here is this awareness of what your scaps are doing at the back. So you can really feel that one stays down, pushing into the block, and the other one peels off. And try or check in that you can be initiating this from your oblique abdominals. So those side abdominals that allow you to do this rotation and twisting are the ones that we're targeting here. And in the process, we're working on the organization of your scaps at the back. Exhale as you come up, draw your ribs together. 2 more on either side, really good work. Now you can, of course, do this from flat on your back on the mat if it feels very uncomfortable with the block underneath, or if you don't have a block. Excellent job. 1 more set. Then I want you to let yourself ease back down towards the mat. Let your head just rest there on the mat. Take your arms up overhead. Now we're in this extension position now. Then what I want you to do, as you bring your arms down, you're going to let your pelvis tuck under slightly. Reach with your arms down. Inhale, extend, open up, arms come overhead. Exhale, tuck under, reach your arms towards your toes. And then inhale, open up. Now because we are leaving, or we're staying in a bit of extension with the block, it means that it's a little bit of different work for those muscles of your back body. Puts them into a different position than perhaps where they would normally be. Very good. Make this your last one. Then take your hands back behind your head, lifting yourself up. And then continue, bring yourself all the way up. Very good. Remove the block, place it off to the side. Lengthen your legs out. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, rolling down. Feel the articulation all the way along the back. Arms come up overhead, and then returning, coming back up. So I want you to do your roll downs a few times here, and see if you can really feel from up your calves, up your hamstrings, through your glutes, all the way through your lower back, and then thoracic into your shoulder blades, and then you start again in reverse. So all of the work we've done on every aspect of your back body for the whole class, I want you to try to feel each of those muscles playing their part now as you articulate down. Collarbones open. Nice deep breath. Make this your last one. Stay seated. And then spine stretch. Flex and return. Feel this back body. Your lower back gets to stretch out, abs engage. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, restacking. 2 more. Then on your next one, you're going to come forward and return yourself back down through your roll up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, rolling all the way down. Excellent, reach your arms up overhead. And then bring them down by your sides. Drop your knees over to one side, shift your gaze to the other. First bit of rotation here for us today. And then back through, other direction. And then just find a comfortable spot there on the mat. Find yourself settling in, noticing all of these touch points down underneath of you on the mat, and take your attention back to your breath. Breathe in, feeling the rib movement, and exhale, feeling the rib movement. Try to let your shoulders soften, and all of those areas of the back chain that we focused on today, feel them touching down, heavier, sinking into the mat. Allow all the muscles to relax. Your mind to stay present within your body for the last few moments. And notice how it feels as you find where the movement has gone and how it feels inside of you. As you're doing all of that, take a second to also acknowledge that you have shown up here and that you've done an excellent job on your Pilates session today. Thanks so much for being here with me.